I am the king, 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 king. I am the king, 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 king. I am the king, 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 king.
What's up, guys? Trent Light here with Legitimate Muscle, coming back at you with another training vlog. This week I started my Conjugate training system, for bench press at least, and some of you may not know what Conjugate is. More or less, it's working up to a heavy single on a particular workout, a variation of your main lift, say in this case a bench press. You work up to a heavy single on that day, and then you fall back and you do 80% of that heavy single for either 5 sets of 3 or 3 sets of 5. As you can see here, I'm doing Spoto presses. Spoto presses are a style of pressing that requires you to stop just a few inches off of your chest. Right here in this little clip, you're going to see this is my top set. This is my first time doing Spoto presses, so of course this is a new PR. But even still, I hit 355 for a Spoto press, and believe it or not, it's pretty difficult to stop the weight a little bit off your chest when you're so used to going all the way down to your chest and kind of using that bounce to help you get the weight off of it. This clip right here is my buddy Mikey, who's in a little competition to get his bench press up, and here's him hitting almost 315 for a new PR. We've been working for about a month on getting his bench up, and he's been doing really well. So I say he probably got a good 310 in him. But yeah, here's where I fell back to 80% of that 355. So I hit 285 pounds for 3 sets, or 5 sets of 3 actually. Next time I'll probably change it to 3 sets of 5 to save some time, because this did take a little bit of time. But all in all, was a really good day. 355 for Spoto presses. I was pretty excited with that. I did go for 365 and miss it, but maybe next time I go for it, I'll hit that. After that, I finished up with some triceps, some dip work. My favorite thing to do is weighted dips. I did 100 pounds for 12 reps. I did probably 3 sets here, and that's the end of today. Tuesday, deadlift day. I decided today, or Tuesday, to work up to a heavy single and hopefully get a new PR. At the meet, I pulled 468 and some change, and I was really hoping to pull 475. For whatever reason, it didn't happen. 455 was the most I got today, but that's how deadlifts are. Deadlifts are so dependent on the day, how you feel, what you ate. And I also think at the meet I had here's Mason pulling 405, so shout out to him. But at the meet I pulled 470 ish, and I used a deadlift bar, an actual deadlift bar, and I think that had a lot to do with it. Using the straight bar is really hard to get the weight off the ground, and that's my biggest issue, I think, is my power straight off the ground. Once I get it up past my knees, it's just a lockout. I mean, I feel pretty good. As you can see with this 405, I mean, it's slow to move off the ground, but as it comes past the knees, the lockout I don't seem to have any problem with. So my weak point is off the floor. Here's me hitting the 455. It was pretty good. I think the speed was good. It was solid. Like I said, my biggest problem is getting off the floor. So going forward, I'm going to start doing a lot more deficit work to try to work through that, getting that momentum off the floor. It's something that deadlifts they're not a strong point for me either. 475 fail right here, and I really do need to work on it more. I think going forward in the future, next week and for the next, I say 15 weeks before I start prepping for my next meet, I'm going to start doing a lot more volume and just trying to get all around better and more comfortable with deadlifts. Same thing with squats, just trying to get better at it. After I did that, failed with the 475. I actually cut the weight back and did 385 for a few sets of 3. Here you can see 2 of them. And then after I finished those sets, I did some conventional deadlift for I think 315 for a few sets, just kind of winding down and getting back in the just loosening up, I guess. So all in all, today, or deadlift day, was pretty good. It wasn't the best, but it is what it is. Thursday, my dynamic day. So this day was pretty much the same as the last video log you saw. For my dynamic day, I did 10 sets of 3 on bench press, focusing on form. A couple key factors that I am focusing on is keeping my hips grounded, keeping them on the bench, and ways I'm doing that is working with my foot position. I'm trying to angle my toes out, trying to keep my feet back further. But like I said, for the next meet, I'm planning on competing in USAPL, and they require that you maintain contact with your heels on the ground. So I need to try to find that very fine middle ground between keeping my feet back as far as possible and staying as tight as possible, and keeping my heels on the ground. You can see in a few minutes I'm going to change my shoes out and actually use my Audi Powers, and they help a lot because they give me a little bit of elevation for my heels, and I feel a lot more comfortable with those than just regular tennis shoes or anything else, or even flat-footed shoes. But I also want to take the time right here, since this day is pretty much typical and it's pretty much the same as what you've already seen last week. If you haven't watched it, go watch that video. But we'll talk about this channel and things that I want to do. If you have any questions, I want to answer them. If you have any questions about my conjugate training system, I'm all ears. I'm so new to actually powerlifting, so I'm learning everything as I go along. In the past, I've been lifting for 9 years, and I've done a lot of different powerlifting style workouts and bodybuilding style workouts. So as far as the training goes, it's nothing new to me. It's just the learning process of what I need to focus on and how I need to focus on those things that I am learning. And if you have questions about anything that I do, or even any suggestions of things I can do differently, I'm all ears. Just let me know, hit me up. You can follow me on Instagram at Lots of Gains. That's LOTTSOFGAINS. Lots of Gains. And you can comment on here on YouTube or send us a message or whatever. So I'm here to try to be better, and we're all in it to get better together. So back to the clip. After I did my 10 sets of 3 on bench press, I've decided to throw the chains on there and just start working on my lockout a little bit better, doing some more weak point style training, and it's felt really good. I really do like using the chains. It's actually the first time I'd ever used the chains, and they're really good. After that, I finished up with some overhead pressing, and like I told you in my last blog, that I love overhead pressing as an assistant to the bench press. It's just super beneficial for helping you lock out and getting leg drive and staying tight. Now here we are, my last day of the week, as far as training goes. This is my squat day, and I decided to work up to something kind of heavy today for a few reps, and it was a pretty good day. There were a couple of things that didn't really feel too good today. My hips kind of felt tight because I was sitting all day, or most of the day. My job requires, it doesn't require me to sit, but where I work, I actually have, an office job where I do sit a good bit of the day. I do have a standing desk. I just need to focus on standing more, but sometimes I get lazy, I guess. But yeah, so today I decided to work on something, work up to something heavy, like I had mentioned about deadlifts, I want to start doing more volume for deadlifts and squats, and just get more comfortable with both of the workouts. It's something I've never really trained super hard my entire life. I've trained bench press hard, and obviously it's paid off. My bench press is fairly decent when you compare it to my squat and deadlift. So my goals for squats are to eventually get a 450, to get a 450 pound squat for my next meet. That's my most, I guess, that's my recent goal. My long-term goal is to squat 500. That's, I think, the ultimate level I can probably achieve as far as right now. When I hit 500, I probably want to go for 550. But today felt good. I feel like my form is turning around. My form's looking a lot better on squats. There are a couple things I need to start doing, and one of them is keeping my head up a little more on squats. I think that I tend to close my eyes when I go down to the bottom of the squat, which is not a good thing. It kind of disorients you. So it's good to keep your eyes open when you're working out. And I think on squats, it's like one of the only things I tend to squint and kind of close my eyes a little bit. On this clip right here, I actually hit 360 for 2, as you saw. My goal is to get 4, but on the second rep, I got scared because the pins were set a little low. And I mean, my speed looked okay. I kind of hit a little sticking point right here on that one. Like I mentioned in my last vlog, I do have that sticking point that I need to start working on. But I got scared, so I decided to stop at 2 and move the pins up, and actually hit 2 more after this, like almost immediately after, with probably a max of 30 seconds rest. So after I hit these two reps, I moved the weight up to 375 pounds. I'm gonna go ahead and let you listen to that whole entire clip. It'll be the last clip of the video, and I guess what I want to say is thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoy this training vlog. I kind of talk through what I have in my mind, like what I think about when I'm working out, what I plan to achieve, what kind of my goals. It helps me kind of look back on my week, and in the future also look back on the entire workout and see see how far I've come and see where I need to change, where I need to get better at. So again, guys, thanks for watching, and please subscribe and share it, and like this video. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Easy, come on. Push, push. One more, come on. Got this. Watch right, come on. Hit it, go. Go, go. There you go.